Welcome back to Animal Crossing New Horizons. I'm dear darling. Should we see what's going on our lovely island of Fawnhollow today on a very late episode of Animal Crossing? Because, sometimes that's how life works out that way, because, no one told you life was going to be this way. No, maybe that's a bit of, it's not really a meme anymore, I suppose. A dated reference, if anything. What should we talk about? You know what I'm going to talk about? Despite the fact that, I guess you do know what I'm going to talk about, you know the title, but I'm like missing. I've got this microphone stand, which I've had for a while now. Is it the best microphone stand in the world? No, it's not. It's okay. It's probably how I describe it. But anyway, good evening, everyone. Right now in Fawnhallow, it's 11:28 p.m. on Monday, August 14th, 2023. But it's good. It's serviceable. It's not technically, I would say, perfect for a microphone stand because it's got like springs on it. It sort of wiggles about quite a lot. But it's quite old and it was pretty cheap, so it just works as a boom stand. The problem with it is that in the middle joint I am missing one of the screws now for like the end caps. Like, I don't know how to describe it except for it works basically like those jointed lamp arms where it's like two metal poles like running parallel to each other and they're jointed in the middle with like this triangle joint. The most annoying thing is I'm missing, like, there's a screw which runs through because it's like two triangles, I suppose, holding this joint thing together. I don't know how to describe this properly, okay, I'm not an engineer. But there's a screw that runs through like a hole on each side, and it's meant to fix on one point with like a screw cap or something. But at some point I lost it, and I don't know where it is anymore. So now I can't like secure this mic stand. And over the weekend it has actually fallen twice just by me moving. The mic stand, it just like broke and just like fell off not fell off my desk, but like fell onto my desk, which is suboptimal. And probably the answer is look for where this metal thing is. And I have looked a little bit, but I don't genuinely know where it is. It's so small. It's like, it's definitely, it's like a quarter of the size of my pinky thumbnail. It's very small. It's basically the size of a screw head. So, you can imagine how tiny it is. But I don't know where it is. But the craziest part is it has fallen off before, and I've tightened it back on like at least twice or thrice. But now this time, I just don't know where this one is anymore. Because I feel like I had a memory of seeing it and being like, I don't know where this came from. And I don't know what I did with it afterwards. But I must have put it down somewhere. Probably, because I'm not really the type just to throw something away if I don't know what it is. I had to have a good reason. I had to not know what it is and not think it's relevant to anything to throw it away. So there is a chance, I suppose, I throw it away. But I can't see past me throwing it away because it's a metal thing. It very much feels like something I wouldn't randomly throw away because I'm just like, I don't know what this is. It seems a little bit crazy to throw this away without any idea, because metal pieces often come from like important mechanical parts or something, or like electronics or whatever. It's not a great idea to throw those away sort of willy-nilly. Some things you can throw away, like plastic zip ties and stuff like that, you can definitely throw those away. It's not like they're really going to impact your livelihood or not easily be replaced. But this, I can't imagine I threw it away. I just don't know where I would have put it. Maybe I put it in this drawer. And maybe it's going to be quite boring if I'm just like looking around for this sort of thing during this video, but I genuinely don't know where it is, which is just, well, crazy, I suppose. It's not in this drawer. This is like where I put stationary stuff. So I think one possibility is I put it like in this corner of my desk, like with a load of plushies, where I have a load of plushies, because I was just like, I don't know what this is. I'm going to put this in a corner for now. Because normally what I do when I find stuff on my desk, I'm just like, I don't really know what this is. I don't even know if you can hear me properly. I'm talking to the side of my microphone. I put it like underneath. I put it on like the laptop stand, I suppose, of my desk. Because I'm just like, I don't know where else to put this. It's a very annoying thing, missing like. It's not really a screw, I suppose. I guess it's I don't know. It's like in the same category as a screw, but it's a very annoying thing to be missing. Just like this. I'm missing that one thing, and I don't know where it is in the slightest, and nor do I really have anything which can replace it. So I guess I kind of need to get a new mic stand at some point, which is fair because this one is kind of old now, and I should get one which probably isn't spring loaded, so it doesn't have like this annoying sound every time I touch it, which I don't mean that as to besmirch your name, mic stand. I think you've done actually a fantastic job for me, especially with the fact that you're pretty good value for money whenever I purchased you. But still, it's like it's very much a thing where I'm just like, I should probably try and find something which works. I don't know. Is that like a brand for mic stand? Mic stand. This is what I always do when I'm like, I need to find another thing. Reddit, and then whatever I need. Because there will be a specialist subreddit which goes into way too much detail about the sort of things to buy. K&M stands are by far the best. K&M stand. But I kind of want a desk stand. I don't have a lot of space, like, to not do it. Oh, hold on. K&M's got a whole website. New products. Okay, fine. Apply selection. Products. How do I... I'm not German. Here we go. Yes. Wait. Okay, but that's very confusing. Well, the language displayed is not the language what it actually is. It's a language which you're turning it to. Products. Okay. I don't know how expensive these are. Mics. Do you have a mic stand? Stands? Mic stands. But I kind of need like a desktop mic stand, I suppose. Desk mic stand? Tabletop mic stands are far superior to boom arms. Sure. Picked up every time I touched the table. I went boom and never looked back. Okay, fair enough. I just... You know, it's probably not something I should be doing in the middle of the episode, but something I should do at some point. I should look into it. It's not a problem yet because it's not... The mic stand's fallen over a couple of times, but it's not very frequent. It's basically... If I continuously move it back and forth, it eventually gets looser and looser every single time I move it. And if I don't catch it becoming looser, I suppose, quick enough, eventually it will just, the screw will pop out and I'll just be like, ah, as our mic stand falls over. I don't know if it's happened in a video before, actually. That's an interesting idea. Not idea, but like thought. I've definitely had it, I think, where the mic, like, the screw got, not this screw, but like, there's like a thing which you tighten on the back to, you know, hold it in place, got loose during during an episode, and I think it fell over. I have like a memory of it. I cannot tell you what series it happened in. Maybe I put it on my bookshelf over here. It's not really a bookshelf, I guess it's more like a shelf, but still, there's no books on it. Like, I could see myself putting it here. I don't see it over here, but I can see myself having done that. I'm not really sure where I would have put it, to be honest. Maybe I put it behind my Switch. Wow, my Nintendo Switch is like really hot. Like, I just put my hand over the top of a vent and there's a lot of hot air coming out of that. I'm actually not sure where I put it, if anywhere. It might just be on my desk somewhere. Like, I should probably clean my desk as well at some point. Dust kind of really accumulates. But yeah, I don't know. You ever had a moment where you've been assembling something, you've been building something, or you've had something for a while, then just like a lost screw? I mean, okay, but there's obviously worse feelings, but I mean in a hyperbolic sense, there's no worse feeling than finding something and being like, I don't know what this is, and then like disregarding it and placing it down somewhere, and then like weeks later being like, oh, that's what that piece is, and it's actually kind of important. I'm trying to think if it's happened to me in my past. It probably almost certainly has, but I probably wiped all that from memory because it was just like, oh, it's so annoying. I have a vague memory of like throwing something out before, which ended up being kind of important to something, and I was like, oh, that's what it was. But then I didn't have like any alternative, I suppose, otherwise. So it's sort of like a do myself. You know, I bet I would have put it up there, but I don't see it up there. So I think the only thing I can think of is I probably must have thrown it away, which is wild. That's not something I would usually do, because the places I would have put it, they're not there, unless it's like fallen on the ground or something and I never noticed. That's also possible. It is pretty small. I don't know. I'm gonna have to find something which can be a okay enough replacement for the screw until I get a new one. I don't know, how much do like boom K&M boom stand, how much do they cost? Because maybe they cost like, I don't want a floor stand. I don't know, let's see this mini boom, how much, I just want to know how much it costs. You can't even buy them from here, what the heck. Shopping, Amazon? Sure. I don't know. K&M mic stands? I guess I search boom. Stands boom. KM. £100, wow. That's kind of expensive, but that is a full-on stand. That's not a boom stand. This one's £70. Actually, it's quite similar to my one right now. Maybe this is one I bought. No, it's not quite the same. It looks a little bit different. I mean, I guess the best would be technically to get a floor stand, because then there would be no vibrations. But I don't really have a room for it right now. I probably wouldn't have a room for it. £84, that's quite expensive. But this one I bought, I'm pretty sure, was like £12 or something. It was pretty cheap. But yeah, having one missing screw and finding it later and being like, oh, that's what it is. It's not the best feeling, I suppose, in the world. Oh gosh, I took those pictures so quickly. But yeah, again, I have been like sort of slowly upgrading all the kit that I've had for my computer. Like, got a new keyboard, got a new webcam. Well, I didn't get a new mic. I don't really need a new mic. I think this mic's pretty good. And it'll probably be pretty good for a while. I got new Joy-Con controllers. What else did I get? Just new graphics tablet, a new laptop. Okay, I mean, like, I say recently, this has been like a stretch over like maybe not a couple of years, maybe about half a year or something. So it is quite a lot, but I also bear in mind I haven't upgraded those things for like decades for some things. Okay, maybe not decades. Probably more accurately being like the average out to about 7 years or something, right? Yeah, I don't really know where I was going with this, to be honest. Just like a loose screw, a spare screw, like an unknown screw. I'm just trying to think what the title of this episode is going to be called. I also need to finish off the thumbnail art for Railbound, which I've not done, to be honest. So I think tomorrow will be an episode of Tunic going up rather than Railbound, because I haven't even done metadata for Railbound yet. I guess I'll have to do that tomorrow. I don't really know. I just sort of been putting it off because I was meant to do it on Saturday, and then I don't know why I didn't complete it on Saturday. I only got as far as a line art, and then I was just like, I'll finish it later. And I was going to do it today, but then, I've been kind of busy most of today, so I guess it'll probably have to be tomorrow, if I try. But I don't know where the screw is. Microphone, do you know where the screw is? Or I should say, mic stand, do you know where the screw is? It'd be nice if we could talk to inanimate objects, so we'd know. But then I feel really bad. Whenever you have to throw something away, it would just be heartbreaking. I would say. I'm not sure I could handle that, to be honest. I don't know where I was going with this. Excuse me. Where was I going to go? I don't really know. Conversationally, this is kind of as far as it goes. I would have thought I'd had some anecdotes about this, but I really can't think of anything off the top of my head. I mean, it's like these things. I tend to keep these spares like odds and ends. I feel like it's a very common thing for people to have. Is like a odds and ends drawer. Spare buttons. Oh, it's a rainbow stag. Goodbye. And things like that, because I always keep like the spare buttons I get from excuse me, I'm not going in my direction. Spare buttons I get from like clothing items and things like that, because sometimes you need them. To be perfectly honest, but there's not many times where I've lost a button. Actually, this happened recently. I lost a shirt button on one of my on my shirt. It was not like a particularly not effective. What's the word? Like inconvenient one to lose. It was literally like a wrist button. But I didn't have because that was a second-hand shirt, so I didn't have the spare buttons for it. So it was like, okay, ended up just using some random other button, but still. I keep all the buttons. I have like I don't have a drawer, but I have like this little. I think it's meant to be a bin. It's meant to be used as a bin, like a small bin or whatever. But that's where I basically put all like spare things in. So like all the spare like earphone bud. I don't know what they're called. The padded part of the ear of like any earbuds I have, they go in there. Spare buttons, they go in there. Anything which is spare, I'm just like pop it in there. That's a spare junk bin. I've also put a load of random other stuff on there, to be honest as well. So maybe that's something I should clean up a little bit, but alas, I have not. What else was I going to say? I don't really know, to be honest. Just like spare odds and ends. They're useful to keep around. But it's also sort of a thing where it's like they're not useful. It's sort of like they're not useful until they are useful, which is dumb. Obviously, like that's like everything is not useful until it is useful. But it's like you won't feel the effect of it until you actually need it. It's more like you feel the effect of not having it compared to feeling the effect of it. I mean, I guess you can also just order spare parts. So, you know, it's probably me just being a little bit stingy, like not even knowing how to find spare parts. But a lot of times spare parts are probably more expensive than just like, you know, actually having it in the first place. Which again is sort of like a, not a sunk cost fallacy, but it's the wrong way to think about things. But, you know, I'm self-aware about my own shortcomings of that sort of thing. So, yeah, I don't really know where I was going with this, like in any capacity, but yeah, I don't know. Spare screw, loose screw. I don't know where it could be. I think that's the thing that annoys me most, is because I'm very consistent about where I put things. You know, I know how my own inner machinations works. So whenever I find something, I'm like, I always put it in the most obvious place for me to put it. Like, I think logically and be like, where would I want to put this? Like, I'm trying to think of a good example off the top of my head. But it'd be like, oh, if I find some like really random like niche, oh, you know, like maybe my spare pen nibs, I'd be like, okay, where would be the most sensible thing for me to put these pen nibs? And the number one thing is I would try and put it in the container for the actual nib itself. I don't know if I put them in here, but you know, we can see how accurate I am to my past self. This is where I'd probably keep all the pen nibs. And indeed, all the pen nibs are in there. I mean, to be fair, they are kind of designed that the pen holder itself is meant to hold them, but so maybe that's not really a good example. But it'd be like, oh, like a pair of scissors, where would I put them? Why would I put them in my stationery drawer? And I'd put them probably in my pencil case in my stationery drawer. So then when I'm just like, oh, where would I put those scissors again? If I needed them like a year later, I'd be like, okay, where would I put them now? And I'd be like, I'd put them now in my stationery drawer. I'm going to open my stationery drawer, boom, there they are. So if anything, if I can't find something after sort of like deducing where I would put something if I found it now, then I'd be like, okay, I'd probably throw it away then. Which is very unlike me, so it must have been a very spur of a moment thing. Because you'd be like, you might be like, okay, you know, let's put that logic into practice. Where would you put this metal thing now if you found it and you didn't know what it was? I think if I found it at my desk, I would probably just put it, as I said, on this like laptop stand here. Not laptop stand, but this monitor stand. I would just put it under here because it's a small enough thing. I found it on my desk, so I would assume it had something to do with my desk. If I didn't find it on my desk, if I found it on my floor, that's a good question. I don't know where I'd put it. I think I'd probably put it in this drawer. But I also recently cleaned out this drawer, now I think about it, to make room for this laptop. So it's possible, if I found that, where'd I put it? From there, I don't know. Why do I have lens wipes in here? I don't know, I've got 6 individually wrapped lens wipes. I mean, they might be in here, somewhere. Let's not give up on hope quite yet. I can't really see it, but still. I mean, it's possible I would have put it in this drawer. I have 2 prick sticks in here, but I don't have that. I have a zip type thing, but I don't have a metal thing. No, I can't see it. I don't know. I genuinely don't know. I must have thrown it away. And I think if you're watching this, you're probably like, yeah, darling, I'm pretty sure you like threw it away because it was some random metal thing which you had no idea what its purpose was. And I'm like, fair, okay, you know, very fair. But it still bothers me a little bit. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this episode off here. So if you have been watching, thank you very much. It's been Animal Crossing New Horizons. I've been dear darling. Likes, comments, subscription, shares, greatly appreciated. Twitter, Discord down below. Hope to see each other again. But for now, it's our farewell. So until next time. Bye-bye for now.